Hey everybody, it is Stork from Stork Plays Games, and I am here on the Saltire Games channel to do an unboxing video. Today we're going to unbox Lucky Duck Games Chronicles of Crime. This game, I spent all of Thanksgiving Day playing, and it is good. I know, right? In depth. It's good. So let's rip this guy open and I'll kind of talk you through what's going on. There is an optional virtual reality goggle thing that you can wear. It shows it here on the back of the box. You're not going to see it on camera, but we did not use it that often. I'll tell you why. I'm going to give you a pro tip about cheating at this game. We casted it to the TV so everyone could see, because when you are investigating the crime scenes, because this game does use an app on your phone, so you will have to download the Chronicles of Crime app. It is a free app. It is really cool though, and it uses QR codes. So if you are investigating the scene, it takes time, and that's the whole thing of the game. You have like so much time to solve these cases. So if you are investigating the scene, only you have the phone and you're actually looking around like in 3D and VR looking around. So you can do the goggles and it would be in like actual VR, or you can just use it on your screen as like panoramic, and then you can pinch and zoom in. So we did that, but we casted it to the TV so everyone playing could see, and it made it a heck of a lot easier. So there's how you cheat at Chronicles of Crime. So let's take a look. We got our main board. I'll explain this in a second. We've got our rule book. The cool thing about this game is you don't really need the rule book. On the back it says jump in and start playing right away, and that's kind of what you can do. There is a tutorial tutorial case, which I definitely recommend you playing because it kind of teaches you how to use everything. I'll go over it a little bit here. So we have pop this come out, rubber banded together. So we have these 4 people, and this game, what did I say, 2 to 4 is what it said, 1 to 4, 1 to 4. You can play this with however many people you want. I'm not sure why it says 1 to 4, because you can play it with 6, it doesn't matter. It says you can hand these out, and everybody is a person. You don't need to do that at all. We just laid them out on the table exactly like this and use them as our helpers. So we are the detectives, and then these are their own people. And I'll kind of go more in depth to that in a minute. So your home location is Scotland Yard, so you put that down either like this or like this, doesn't really matter. And as you play, you're going to get new locations. It'll say Westminster A, and you'll put that here or wherever you want to put it. You can have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 locations plus your home base, which is 8. So I believe the most you would have in a game would be up to 8 locations. And on each location, pull this back down here. So it's got a neat little plastic that snaps in and holds your cards in. If you have the VR stuff, they go in here. The box is set up pretty nice. There's a spot for dice. I don't have dice. The game didn't come with dice, so I don't know if that's for a future thing or a Kickstarter thing or what. There's something here. I don't know what that symbol is, and I don't have it either, so hard to tell. But this is so you can save, I guess save as you're playing and progressing along. So we have our characters from the game. I never open anything. So we have our character cards, and then our evidence cards, and then there's some special evidence cards as well. I'll open that while I have a knife here. Okay, so our character cards, as you're playing through the app, it will tell you, character one, it'll tell you her name, it'll tell you where she's at usually. So if she's in Westminster, we'll put her there. Two, this might be our murder victim or whatever, so we'll put them there because we're not real sure where they go, or if they are the victims, we would place them there. We will usually have your chief, which is, I don't remember what number he is. It can change too, so these characters are someone in one scenario, and then there's somebody different in another scenario, which is cool because you can reuse these. The chief has been this guy so far when I've played. I don't know if I catches that or not. Yeah, okay. So, and the chief's always at Scotland Yard, or always so far that I've seen is at Scotland Yard. So your characters could be anywhere all over the board, and the cool thing about these QR codes, so they would change. For this mission, this will be Anne, and for the next mission, she might be Sarah. But you can reuse these cards over and over again, which is pretty cool. These cards, so we have our star cards. We'll get rid of those for now. And then we have these, which are evidence cards. So as you're using those goggles and you're looking around the room or whatever you're doing, you're going to find things. Oh, there was food. Okay, well, food, pull that out. There were paper. There was footprints. We saw vehicles. So you're actually looking through these, and people are yelling out, well, if you're cheating, people are yelling out what they're seeing. What you're supposed to do is put the goggles on, look around, and say, okay, I see furniture, I see melee weapons, I see jewelry, and people are pulling these cards out of this deck. So after you're done investigating the scene, you can give it, use more time and give it to somebody else to investigate, or you can take these and the app will ask you, like, what did you see? So you would scan this, vehicles. Okay, it'll tell you something about the vehicles, if it's relevant or not, and say add to evidence. If it says add to evidence, it goes here on the board. Footprints and traces. No, there were no footprints or traces. You're wrong, or it's not relevant. Get rid of it. Papers. Yeah, those papers were, had evidence on them. They had some sort of legal document or something. Food. Yeah, the food was poisoned, so that would go into evidence. So now, as you're going around, this board is just going to get more and more filled with more and more people, more and more places. So if I want to go to, I want to do an autopsy on the body, so I would go to my doctor right here. I would scan his QR code. Dr. Jeremy King is going to come up. It's going to say that you were talking to Jeremy King, and he's going to say, what would you like to do? Well, I scanned this QR code, and then he is going to do an autopsy on her and tell me of everything that he knows about her. While I'm still interacting with him, I could ask him about food, and he'll say, generally, that's not something I cover. You may want to talk to Lu Chen, the scientist, because she covers physical evidence. So I could scan Lu Chen, or I could hit goodbye to stop talking to Jeremy King. I can go talk to the scientist, scan food, she'll run tests on the food. We have our criminologist, he does criminal profiling for you. We have our hacker, which is really cool. One thing that it really doesn't tell you, but is a helpful tip to know, is he does a lot of facial recognition software. So he's good at figuring out who people are that you don't know who they are. Because sometimes we did have a pile of people at one point where we didn't know who they were or where they went, and we didn't have spots for them, so we just piled them up until we figured out where they went. So really, really fun game. We like this game a lot. I played the tutorial mission. I played through scenario 1. There's, one scenario has 3 parts. We played through part 1 and 2. We did not go to part 3. The really cool thing is there's more content coming out all the time for the game. And you can download more content through the app. So the box has everything you need in it to play. So you could go buy for $4.99 on the app an entirely different mission and do a whole other thing. And we played for probably 2.5 hours on the main missions, doing them. So you're going to get quite a bit of playtime and content for your money. The one thing that I will tell you, that this game says 12 and up. The first mission was pretty dark. I know it's a crime game, you're solving murders and things like that, but it did get pretty dark for a 12-year-old. I probably personally wouldn't recommend it. But for your adult friends, like I said, we were hanging out with some friends, and we just sat around all day and had a great time playing this game. So definitely recommend Chronicles of Crime. It is really good. I cannot wait to get more content and get more into it. So that is it for this one today. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, please like, subscribe, comment below. Follow the store, Saltire Games, on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And follow me at Stork Plays Games on Instagram and Twitter. Thank you so much for watching. Come play a game with me, and I'll see you next time.